Hey guys, welcome back. It's Missy. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm so excited you're here. I am a life and relationship coach, and on this channel we get to the root of the issue and we learn how to heal and deal. So if that's your thing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would love for you to be a part of the fam. Today's topic is the signs of emotional unavailability. Now, it's not just important that you are aware of emotional unavailability in other people, but it's also important to check with yourself and see if some of these signs match you too. Because a big thing with emotional unavailability is sometimes we are attracted to those people or we attract those people is because we ourselves are emotionally unavailable. So check yourself too to see if you match some of these signs. We get to the hard stuff on this channel. We check ourselves. We hold ourselves accountable. We take responsibility for our own feelings, as well as being aware of the things that we don't want. So emotional unavailability, what is it? So when someone's emotionally unavailable, it just means that they're not open to discussing their feelings or go deeper in some sort of way. They have a hard time emotionally connecting. They try to run away from it. The reason why people are emotionally unavailable is because they can't deal with their wounds, they can't deal with their inner child issues, they can't deal with maybe their insecurities or things they don't like about themselves, they can't deal with their negativity towards themselves. And if you can't deal with yourself and you can't deal with the things that are going on with you, then you're not going to be able to deal with another person and take on the issues of someone else. And you'll have a hard time dealing with someone else's emotions. They unconsciously do this. They don't realize they have a problem. Their ego is pretty much protecting them. So there's a complete lack of self-awareness, and they have a hard time understanding or reading other people's emotions because they can't get a good detector on what's going on with them. So the first sign of someone that's emotionally unavailable is things feel pretty surface level. If you try to ask deeper questions like their hopes, their dreams, their regrets, their past issues, they will have a hard time having that conversation. They will avoid it. Maybe they'll make it lighthearted, they'll make jokes, but they won't be able to have that conversation. You may be unsure about their family, their past. They could have a secret identity and you would have no idea. They could have a secret family, you wouldn't know because they don't really open up often. You will notice they avoid their personal feelings. They don't want to reveal things about themselves. That's too scary. And so with that, they also will avoid conflict because conflict means emotions are arising. You have to deal with things about yourself, and they don't want to deal with anything negative. So you will have a hard time being able to discuss anything wrong, or you will have a hard time just discussing your feelings with them in general. And also you will have a hard time getting them to speak about things and their deep feelings as well. Most times they'll withhold their personal feelings, and when you bring up conflict, they will act like nothing's wrong or they will make it very lighthearted. The next thing is they're selfish because they can't go deep and understand themselves and they lack self-love and self-awareness. They will have a hard time empathizing or thinking about somebody else. So they won't put effort into you and the relationship. They'll make decisions based purely on them. You won't see a lot of compromise. They won't think about how something affects you. So it'll feel like there's a lot of giving, but not enough getting in return. So there won't be a lot of reciprocation. The next thing is they're very defensive. Again, because they live based purely on ego. They don't want to deal with anything wrong with them. So it's much easier to accuse you of things or blame you rather than take accountability and realizing that they have things going on and they can't take ownership of their own stuff. So they will completely project it onto you. If you are someone that reacts off of ego, you are someone that is not able to admit your insecurities, and also you will have an inaccurate sense of self. So when the ego-driven person hears something negative, something that does not match their image that they have of themselves, they will get very defensive and act like they are being put on the attack. It hurts too much to hear. They don't want to be that person and they don't want people to think that they are that person, so they will get very defensive. It's really hard for them to deal with something being wrong with them. So if you will notice if you bring things up to them or maybe something you don't like, they'll immediately become defensive and maybe turn it around and make you feel like you did something wrong. The next thing is they're not straightforward. They will play a lot of games. So you won't really know what it is that they want. You can't really get a good read on what they want. This can cause stress for you as you're unsure about exactly what they want. That causes a lot of uncertainty, and uncertainty makes us as humans have a lot of anxiety. So you're uncertain exactly what they want, and so it will always keep you guessing exactly what do they want, and they're completely unsure about what they want, so they can't tell you what they want. But it will always feel like it's a game, and you can't exactly get straightforward answers from them. Maybe you'll hear things like, we'll see what happens, or I don't know, it's up in the air, just leaving it open-ended. So there's room to kind of string you along to get what they want, but they don't give you what you want. The next thing, they will invalidate your feelings. So someone who's emotionally unavailable, they will deal with your feelings the same way they deal with theirs. They don't deal with them. They don't. They don't deal with their feelings, so they're not going to deal with your feelings. They invalidate their own feelings, they're going to invalidate your feelings. People who are emotionally unavailable, they make someone with healthy views of relationship and intimacy and the formation of a deep bond seem negative. So they may question if you're doing something wrong or if you are a problem. They may call you intense, too sensitive, overdramatic. They will make it seem like you are trying to make them seem a certain person that they're not. So they will dismiss all of your feelings and make you feel bad for even having feelings, because that's how they feel about themselves. They don't like having feelings, so they will try to make you feel bad and like you're not allowed to have feelings either. Also, it will seem like you have this perception where you're too sensitive because you're the one who's holding on to all the feelings. You're basically carrying the relationship on your back, where you have to have all the feelings and they don't have any, and you're just begging for them to show some sort of feeling. The next thing is fear of intimacy. People confuse intimacy a lot with sex, and it's not just sex, it's also like physical touch. Intimacy can also be with your words. It could be a deep bond where you share things. So they have a hard time with any type of affection, closeness, or intimacy. They fear sharing deep feelings with you. They fear getting deep or attached. So in order to deal with this uncomfortable feeling, they will seek distance, they will avoid labels, they will even try to avoid affection. Sometimes they'll feel like the affection's too much. One minute they may be hugging you, the next minute they're pushing you away. It just all feels like it's too much commitment, and they don't want to commit because commitment is scary. That means feelings are involved, and when feelings are involved, they'll get hurt. So anything that feels too intimate, like cuddling, hugging, sharing feelings, they avoid it like the plague. And the last sign is inconsistency. So like I said, one minute they'll be hugging you, but the next minute they'll be pushing you away. You're always guessing how they're going to be because it's so inconsistent. You have no idea. One minute something could be okay, and the next minute it's not okay. And it's very confusing. It leaves you always feeling confused. And you could become very attracted to that because we as humans, we're very attracted to inconsistent reward, as when it's good, it feels so good and you crave that good feeling because there's times when it's bad and you want it to be good again. So you're always guessing when you're going to hear from them or when they're going to want you. So it's really important to recognize these signs of emotional unavailability, whether they're in ourselves or what we see in a partner. When it comes to if you are involved with someone that's emotionally unavailable, you need to ask yourself, is this worthy of my time and the emotions I'm putting into it? Am I getting the same things I'm giving in return? Do they match the same energy that you are giving? If the answer is no, then you really need to reconsider staying in that relationship, because you may be stuck in the mentality of maybe trying to fix that person or holding on to the good times and hoping that it will be like that again. But this person is showing you exactly how they're going to be, and you can't change them. You can't change anyone. You can only share how you're feeling, but it can only go so far if that person is not willing to work on themselves or care. And in regards to you, if you notice you're emotionally unavailable, that shows that you have some inner child work that you need to work on, and work on loving yourself and being aware of your own feelings, and also being aware of what you want in your life. Do you have some self-love work and belief systems that you need to work on? Which I have a ton of videos of inner child work and healing those wounds and how to deal with your emotions, which you can always look on my channel. What do you guys think? Leave it all in the comments below, and please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share with someone you think may need it. Until next time, thanks for watching. Bye guys! Today's topic is on emotional unavailability. I don't want you to just check. What am I trying to say? Talk. You have a mouth, talk. Okay, let's take some pictures. And the last sign is inconsistency. Like I said,